What's up, homies? Welcome to another trailer reaction from Heroes Reforged. We're doing the trailer for Titans season numero 3, premiering on HBO Max August 12th. It has been a long while since we've visited the Titans. I believe season 2 was in 2019 and the whole thing got delayed because of the pandemic, obviously. And since then, it's shifted hands. We're no longer on the DC Universe app. We're now on HBO Max. So
R.I.P.
my expectation, I know, I will say, I really did enjoy DC Universe while it was around.
Me too.
But my expectation for the show is, and we're no strangers to being critics of this series, I'm hoping for better writing, I'm hoping for an interesting take, and I'm hoping that we really focus on the characters and having cohesion and just making it more interesting. I think season 2 started off pretty well, and by the end I kind of lost most of my interest in it, and you got rid of Donna Troy, and that was a big no in my book.
Yeah, that Deathstroke episode was the highlight.
Yeah.
But as soon as Dick Grayson went to Cholo jail to learn about how to be Nightwing,
How to be Nightwing,
I was
how to
like,
be a bird.
Hey, homie, we got birds in jail, Holmes.
Hey.
We're like little birds in cages.
you could put a blue bird on your costume and be like Batman without a cape,
And be
dude.
like
I was like,
that, like that, scare them like daddy.
that was, yeah. That was bullshit. That was very bad. And whoever wrote that, directed it, should be embarrassed. So, good job, Cholo actors that were in that episode. Really good job. Good job, Brenton Thwaites, for trying to get that to work.
Guys, I'm gonna go
Oh, boy.
and audition for Cholo parts and try to break that stereotype. Just show up like this and be like, Woody, doki shitty.
Yeah, and then you get the part, and then when they go action, well, I do declare, I do believe that you would make an excellent Nightwing.
Sorry, Bartholomew.
Yeah. And then they go, you're fired. We'll bring in another Cholo.
All right, ready, on, go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I was out here all alone once.
Nightwing.
Bruce made me go out into the forest by
Max
myself
original
for the
now,
first
huh?
time. I had no idea what was out there.
You were just a boy. Those were the lessons that he taught you. Bruce was a psychopath.
Is he fighting Jason?
Fear to control everyone. You need to make sure that this doesn't happen to someone else.
Uh-oh. I mean, we know he's going to become the Red Hood.
Yeah.
He's been Jokerized.
Uh-oh. Oh, damn. Wow, really?
Batman's ally was found dead tonight.
Tim Drake.
It's over for me. Be a better Batman.
Barbara?
Welcome back to Gotham, Dick.
Nice.
Babs, baby.
Okay.
Gotham.
Oh.
It's mine now.
We're investigating this new Red Hood case.
Bruce, he said, be a better Batman. The Titans got this.
You know how crazy that is, right? Trying to step into your father's shoes.
I do, Commissioner Gordon.
Hell yeah.
The world is turned upside down.
I think I'm losing my mind.
If you're gonna dove,
I think I'm
gonna
losing my mind.
we need to stop him.
For cases like these, we've been using a consultant. Scarecrow.
Jonathan Crane.
Dr. Crane?
Dick Grayson. Red Hood is biblical brother. The king moves stealthily in the shadows while the pawns are sent to the teeth of destruction. It's just his opening move.
Where I come from, you come after family, we show no mercy.
She's definitely
Seasons
a
1
Toretto.
and 2.
Wait, how come nobody's put Dominic Toretto in this trailer?
Starfire is a Toretto. That's hilarious, dude.
I like the
So
trailer
funny.
a lot.
Hey,
Yeah, I think-
look, man, if I hadn't
was
watched the last 2 seasons of
And I was
this
going
show,
in fresh.
Yeah, and I was going in
Mhm.
fresh. This would look super duper exciting for me because Red
Mhm.
Hood is not a character that we've seen in live action so far,
Not
and
yet.
like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
really exciting
Yeah.
to explore this side, to see Barbara, live action, to see all of these
Mhm.
characters. The ideas and the concepts are there, but I was so let down with the other two seasons. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. My heart is
It
is
it's
my heart is scarred.
here's the thing, man. I agree with you wholeheartedly. My heart is also
Uh-huh.
scarred, but the thing
Mhm,
is that our heart's going to keep getting scarred because our heart wants these characters to be this status, this level. Full disclosure, before we started, I was talking about how much we loved Loki. We just watched Loki,
mhm,
and that's a
mhm,
spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off in a franchise that has just dominated because of planning. And I think
mhm.
that the most exciting stuff about this trailer is Barbara Gordon, Jason Todd being killed. We're seeing the Red Hood. To see all of this in live action, because in a perfect world, this would have been in DC live action movies 10 years
Yeah.
ago, or at least the seeds would have been planted.
Yeah.
And we would have had that kind of, because a lot of this stuff is for me the sweet spot of the DC Comics universe, which is this post crisis, pre New 52, where the characters had this legacy, where the characters were, you had Tim Drake as Robin, you had Wally West as Flash, Kyle Rayner and Jessica Cruz came in later with the New 52, but like that era where these characters could, Barbara Gordon was in a wheelchair. How long have we waited to see
Mhm,
that version of this character that our hearts want to see it? But we are like remembering, yeah, but seasons 1 and 2 were so all over the place. They were so all over the
Hmm.
place. And the other wild thing too is like, this isn't a Batman show. This is Titans. So my
mhm.
Titans brain, that side of my fandom is like, I don't want those characters to get short stiffed in this
Mhm,
show that should be about Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, these really interesting characters. I would have loved it if they could port over the actor who plays Cyborg in Doom Patrol. I'm like,
Hmm.
let's complete the Titans. Let's bring in that cyborg or a version of that cyborg because it's supposed to be a different universe, a different
Yeah.
reality than a Doom Patrol show. And we're watching all this, and this feels like a sequel to Gotham. This feels like you know what I mean? It feels like a season of Batwoman because you're like,
mhm.
this is all Gotham centric. That's awesome. And this has happened before. The especially with the show Gotham, like the show Gotham started as this promise to be like, this is years before Batman, but it could not help itself but bring in Mr. Freeze, Penguin,
Every
Riddler, all
villain.
the character, every
Even
villain,
Joker,
a version of
like a
a
teenage
version of
Joker.
Joker, a version of
Yeah,
Harley Quinn, Catwoman's here. Like they couldn't help
yeah.
themselves. And I think some of the best things about the DC universe are Batman and the Bat family. And some of the
Mhm,
worst things about the DC universe is how fucking popular Batman and the Bat family is because you cannot ignore it. I get it. If I were a writer on the show, how could you not be tempted to do the Jason Todd story in season 3? Because he's introduced in season 1 and
mhm,
2 and stuff like, like let's go there. But
mhm.
I want to see Barbara Gordon Oracle. I want to see that. I want to see Dick Grayson be told be a better Batman by Bruce Wayne. I love that. And yet
Yeah,
this show also had like Hawk and Dove and
yeah.
Superboy, who was almost like a non-character so far.
Mhm,
Like that's the struggle with the Titan show so far. We love these characters. We want it to be awesome. We shall see.
It leans super heavy into the Batman universe, and this is just like the reality of the DC brand. Is it is incredibly reliant on Batman for its success. I don't know whose decision necessarily that is to constantly like lean into the show like this and to say like, well, let's take season 3 to Gotham City. Let's explore, Dick Grayson's sort of role in this universe and who is Batman, and because we've seen glimpses of this Batman, but we haven't actually seen this Batman actually in the show do anything of value.
mhm,
So
Mhm.
bringing in now Batgirl, or Barbara Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, who likely will assume the mantle of the character Oracle. But then, yeah, what happens to Hawk and Dove? What about Raven? What about Superboy? And then Donna Troy is going to be back in this season as well. What role do all these characters play? And there are elements of the past that I have enjoyed, but it has
Mhm.
not been a consistent show for me.
I agree with you guys 1000%. I feel like there's other hands meddling with the direction that these stories go because Warner Brothers and DC knows what they have. They know Batman's gonna sell no matter what. Batman's going to have a built-in audience. And
Mhm.
just like the Gotham show, you had to go into the tropes. I feel like this show is going to do the exact same thing. Like just it just turn into another Batman show with a huge detriment to Nightwing and everybody else, because Nightwing can carry his own show like by himself, to not have a complete team. And it's just this whole show started off with so much promise, and now it's just like, all right, what are we gonna do about this show, guys? Like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna support it? Do we keep supporting this show? Do we tell them to stop writing a show like this and keep like retool it? Like, what exactly should we do here?
Listen, we've been loving Superman and Lois. That show has surprised us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think that there's a lot of good lessons to learn from Superman and Lois. There's some bad lessons too. No TV show is perfect. Even Loki, which we love, there's still stuff in
Yeah.
Loki that it's like you can improve for season 2 or other shows. But Augustine, I would go back to your point. Sometimes I feel like it's not even a conscious decision. I really don't think there are decision makers at Warner Brothers, HBO Max, DC TV, whatever, Berlanti Productions, whatever. I don't think there are decision makers specifically being like, we need more Batman. We need more Batman. I think it's really subconscious. I think teams of writers that work on DC stuff will do research or already have fandom and just gravitate towards it. I really think that it is subconscious, dude, that creatives
It's a very rich
that are
universe.
yeah, but I just think that the Batman pull is so strong, and I think that it's all subconsciously, and I think that there needs to be more of a concerted effort to not do Batman. Do you know what I'm saying? It's
agree.
easy for them to be like, we got Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, new Batman movie coming soon. It's harder to do, hey, James Gunn, use a bunch of wackadoo characters and do another Suicide Squad. That's a harder thing to pull off. It's harder to be like, let's do another Shazam. Let's do, fingers crossed, a Flash movie. But guess what? Batmans are in it. It's just
Two
an
of them.
impossible gravitational black hole of awesomeness that the creatives working in the DC universe are gonna want to do Batman shit, and you have to put in the effort, build up other characters to get to a point where you could have a show like Loki, which is an off-brand offshoot of a dead character, fan favorite villain. Dude, could we ever have that with a DC franchise? Could a character from a CW Arrowverse show villain get their own show? It's time travel-y, timey-wimey. Could we ever get to that point? I don't know, man. Batman's just so powerful, and I love the guy. I love him. So really, I like what you guys are saying. Fingers crossed about the creative direction of this show.
Yeah.
It looks slick.
Yeah.
That trailer was well put together.
I mean,
for
I was almost
sure.
convinced. I almost forgot about the last 2 seasons with that trailer.
Guys, let us know in the comments below what you thought about this official trailer for Titans Season 3, some of your theories and thoughts, and maybe other characters that we might see. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you guys in the next reaction. Bye!
Chale.